according to Article 7 of Decision 2021-2121, that's very specific, documents shall be registered if they contain important information which is not short-lived, or if they may involve action or follow-up by the Commission or one of its departments. Let me also remind you, and perhaps my colleagues can chip in, that the nature of messages on a message exchange application is not, the Commission, according to our rules, does not foresee the exchange of messages that relate to policy or policy-related actions to be exchanged on these platforms. This is why it was considered in the past that these messages did not need registration, as they were short-lived and did not involve actions or follow-ups by the Commission. The Commission has several safety practices that it recommends to its staff. This, of course, also applies to the President. This includes, for example, the exchange of devices at a regular basis with a formatting of the previous devices. It happens for all staff members, of course, at different points in time throughout the year and throughout the mandate. Also, there is a general practice, I believe, to put on auto-delete a number of messages to save space and to ensure also the protection of information. But my colleagues can perhaps provide additional insights on what are the general rules. Balázs?
I think I would just recall that in May 2025, the court actually confirmed that the rules that Ariana has just referred to are absolutely fine. So the way we handle access to document requests and the way we manage documents within the Commission have been found to be effective by the court. And indeed, the rules are the ones that Ariana has just referred to. On the one hand, it is possible that SMSs may have to be registered, but only if they do not contain short-lived information. In other words, only if they contain information that would require follow-up from the Commission. And on the other hand, indeed, when it comes to members of the College, there is a practice of frequently exchanging mobile devices, for example, and in such cases only a very limited amount of information is transferred from one device to another.
And for what concerns Signal specifically, there is a checklist that we have published in July of 2022 called Checklist to Make Your Signal Safer, issued by the Competent Commission Service, that recommends activating disappearing messages feature specifically to prevent possible data leaks. And of course, the President has activated this feature to comply with the rules. All this information and a lot more information on this matter can be found in the decision that we have adopted on the 28th of July on an application of access to documents and is publicly available. If you cannot find it on our websites, we are, of course, very happy to point you to the relevant link, but it is public, and there you can find all the reasoning of why the messages were not retained. As said, disappearing messages feature is activated. The messages to be retained are purely the ones that contain policy indications or require follow-up actions by the Commission or its departments. In the few cases of doubt, because very often it's very straightforward that they don't comply with these requirements, it is the President, together with her head of cabinet, that looks into the messages. In the specific message that you're mentioning, as you can read in the decision, which I believe we have shared with you already and is at the basis of your article, so I think I'm repeating things that you know very well. But the President and her head of cabinet discussed the message, and they considered that it related to a very well-established and very well publicly known position of the Commission that was communicated by France positioned by France to the Commission, in the past also Council formations, and therefore there was no value added in keeping the message as it related to matters that were very much already in the public domain.